Today, we're going to work on the 6s and 7s facts. And like the 3s and the 4s, we're going to use other facts to help us. So, like you've learned how to use multiplication facts 1 and 2 to find multiplication facts for 3 and 4. Because remember that to find 3s, we use the 1s and the 2s. And then to find 4s, we use the 2s and doubled it. Today, we're going to use the facts to find multiplication facts for 6s and 7s. So I was thinking as I was doing this lesson, what kind of things come in 6s? And I thought of these ideas. There's dice and pop, like Coke and Pepsi and Sprite, Dr. Pepper, and eggs. They come in packs of 6. So it makes it easier to multiply, if we're talking about multiples of things, to multiply by 6 and 7. Now, there aren't things that come in 7s, but we're going to use the same concept to work with 7s as we do with the 6s. Now, let's take a look at this example. All right, we have students set up 6 rows of seats for a music concert. They put 6 seats in each row. So what's the total number of seats? We would find 6 times 6. But how do we break apart a 6? Well, there's actually a couple ways of doing it. We can use 2s. So in this picture, I've broken these 6 rows of 6 into 2 rows of 6 and 2 rows of 6 and 2 rows of 6. Because if we think about our 6s, we can think 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. So we're going to use each of those 2s, 3 of them, to figure out our array. So when I do this, I have 2 rows of 6, that's 6 and 6, that's 12. So 2 times 6 is 12, and I'm going to do it again and again. So that's the 3rd time. And then I can come down and add, get that out of the way, 12 plus 12 plus 12 equals 36. So 6 times 6 is 36 by breaking the 6s apart into 2s. But I said there's another way to do it. Not only can you break apart the 6s into 2s, but we can break them apart into 5 and 1, because 5 plus 1 equals 6. So we're going to use our 5s and our 1s. When I do it this way, I'm going to take this, again, the same array, 6 times 6, and I'm going to break it apart into 5 times 6 and 1 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30, and 1 times 6 is 6. And our 5s and our 1s are pretty easy. And when we do that, we get 30 plus 6 equals 36. So used to multiply by 6, we can use our 2s and do it 3 times, or we can use our 5s and our 1s. Just another way of helping us do our 6. Now, one thing you have to remember too is that either of these factors can be broken apart. So just because we're looking at 6 first doesn't mean whatever the factor is that's second can't be broken apart. And in this example, it just happens to be 6 times 6. So what about our 7s? How can you break apart arrays to multiply by 7? So if I want to find 7 times 8, and I make an array that is 7 rows of 8, well, just like I broke apart my 6s, I can take the 7 and break it apart into facts that I know. And the easiest facts that I know are 5 plus 2 equals 7. So I can break apart my 7s into 5s and 2s. When I do that, move up here, I'm going to take this array. Whoops, how did you get apart? Stubborn. Let's ungroup that. There's my problem. And there's my problem. And there's my problem. And let's put those all back together and group that. There we go. So now I can break it apart into 5. Oh, one little straggler. Sorry about that. Put that back up there. And 2. This should work. There we go. So here's what I have now. 5 times 8 instead of 7, I'm going to use the 5. And 2 times 8, there's the 2. 5 times 8 is 40. 2 times 8 is 16. So then I'm going to add 40 and 16 together, and I get 56. So just like before, we're going to use other facts to help us solve our 6s and 7s. So what we're doing here is to find 6s, we can use 2s, and you can use 2 plus, plus, come on, plus 2 plus 2, or we can use 5 plus 1. So we can use our 2s and our 5s to find 6s, and then to find our 7s, we can use 5 plus 2. Using known facts to help us solve the facts that we're learning. If I want to find 9 times 7, don't think of it as our 9s, think of it as our 7s. I can use the 2 facts, 9 times 5, and 9 times 2 to find 9 times 7. When we do that, go ahead, I know that 9 times 5 equals 45, 45, and 9 times 2 equals 18, so 45 plus 18 equals 63. So 9 times 7 equals 63. Use the facts that you know. It helps to make it easier. You can also memorize. Eventually you need to do that, but it is another strategy to help you solve your problems. Today, you are going to work more on IXL. You're going to continue working. Today, you're going to be doing your 6s and 7s on IXL. So you're going to refer to your assignment. And then you're also going to do page 14, numbers 24 through 29 on the CAMI assignment sheet that I have put in Google Classroom for you. Okay, so practice your 6s and your 7s. We're almost there. We still have 8s, 11s, and 12s. We should be done with those by the end of the week. And when you come back next week, we get to start Mad Minutes, fun Mad Minutes. Good luck, and I'm sure you're going to do great.